Hello watercolor beginners, my name is Alina Kobiel. Last week we've done this exercise, we've painted this egg. In the comments below I read that it looks like a newly discovered planet. Well, I take it as compliment. Today we will do something different. I'd like to show you wet in wet technique. And because in wet we are using a lot of water, I like to secure the edges of my sketchbook with simple tape. I also would like to put a piece of paper under my page. In this exercise I will use just two colors, French ultramarine and burnt umber. At some point I will mix them together to create nice grays. For wet in wet I like to start with wetting the page with clear water, but before I'll do it I like to put something under my sketchbook to lift it on one side. So when I apply the water will gently go down the slope. I don't want water to stay on my paper for too long. I like to start with the sky. I want to leave some spaces, white spaces, for little clouds. Besides this beautiful sky, we will do mountains. But first, while this sky is still wet, I like to add a little bit more color. So you can see that white that I left could be recognized as clouds. And I like to leave this white because I like it that way. Usually I add some shadows under the clouds, but for today's exercise I just want to leave it like this. Very simple clouds. And let me put even more color to my sky. Ultramarine looks like it is cool color, cool blue for me. So we have such cool looking sky today. If you want to check if the paper is dry, use the back of your hand, touch the paper gently, and if you feel cold, that means that you need to wait a couple more minutes because the paper is not dry yet. I'm using exactly the same color that I used to create the sky. It's French ultramarine, and you see it is wet on dry application. I like this hard edge, but I don't want to have hard edge here. So what I'm doing, I'm touching this edge with damp brush, and you can see that the water is some kind of softening the edge here. And it is time to wait until it will be dry again. Let's create the second mountain. There is some kind of line here that I don't like, so I like to eliminate it by starting my mountain here. So my second mountain is done with ultramarine blue, and I add a little bit of burnt umber to this paint. and I like to soften this edge, so I'm just touching it with damp brush, and I'm pulling this water down. And we have to wait again. The paper is dry. Let's add the last hill, because it will be the closest to us. I need to have the darkest paint, and also I like to show that there are some kind of trees on this hill, so my hill will not be smooth, but it will have some treetops there. So you see how I'm just working with the tip of my brush to do that. So I'm creating a little bit like texture also on this side of the mountain. So you can see that I can, do the same trick below, and we will have a feeling that there is some mountain trees there. The painting is almost dry. I like it this way. If you want to go farther, you can add another row of trees. Use just darker color, more pigment, or you can create a spooky tree that will grow from here, and it will go with its branches all around this place. I think it would be interesting. So this is the fun moment. I really like to see those nice and clean edges, and this tape was working well. And the next page is clean, so whatever I've done good job. The only thing that I don't like is that I by accident put some paint here. And this is the finished painting. I like it a lot, especially I like those clouds, and I like this fog over here. In the description below I will leave you the link to my fan page. I would love to see your approach, and you can post your pictures on my fan page. I would love to see them. And I think this is it for today. I wish you happy painting. Bye, see you soon.